Joe, you had Dennis last year. He talked about kind of the conversations you guys had as guards and stuff. What have you seen from him as he's kind of reassimilated into a starting role?
He's great. I really enjoyed our time together and just his experience. He played for so many great coaches, and he really thinks the game and understands the game, and so he made me a better coach just talking to him. And then his ability to just kind of, be a point guard and understand how the game is going, get the ball where it needs to get to, and his competitive fire. And so I think he's bringing that, to this team as well.
Joe, Darvin was just asked about the downside for the Lakers facing you guys after the way your past two games have gone. For you guys, I wonder, is there a benefit to the back-to-back component in terms of the mood with your guys? Is it safe to assume that they're fired up and not happy about the way things are going and trying to?
I think no matter how things are going, our guys are always going to have the right intention to, play and get back to who we are, and I think that's just kind of a natural part of it. The one thing we talk about is if you want to be a great team, you have to stay who you are the longest, and when you're not, you got to get back to that as fast as you can. So I think our guys are fully aware of that, and I think they'll work at it, regardless of if it's tonight or 3 games from now.
Coach, just with the center or lack of depth with Al being out and Robert yet to come back, how is that impacting things, if at all, the way that you need to play and with Blake and a back-to-back? How is that impacting things, if at all?
I think those two have been great, and so I think it's more about what they've done to help us get to this point. And so, if you just focus on the last 2 games, yes, it's easy to say that we have to make changes, so to speak, but we were 5-0 at one point when Blake started, and Luke does a great job in our second unit, and they both have helped us win games. And so I think it's more about just focusing on that and kind of how, we can get back to doing some of those little things that we were doing, to help put us in position to win. And so I love what they've done for us as a team, and when those guys are playing well, we're still a really good team.
I think 5 assists for Blake last night, sort of playing through him a little bit there in the third. What are you trying to accomplish by putting the ball in his hands and letting him be a little bit of a creator there?
He does a good job of getting deep post position, and then when he gets it, he generates 2 on the ball because of his strength and his ability to catch it that low. And then he's always been a good passer, and so just another opportunity for us to kind of, make plays with our passing and our ability to, put 2 on the ball.
Not to belabor, I know we've asked you a few times, and is normally on blowouts when you're ahead, but the situation last night with guys staying in late, Jayson came in here after you and said, you basically in the timeout said, do you guys want to stay in or not? And they said, yeah, let's stay in. And then at shoot yesterday, Marcus suggested they're tired. Jayson suggested last night they may be fatigued, which is kind of contributing to their play a little bit. How do you balance those things? How do you find out where they're at? It's just a matter of trusting that they're good. At what point do you have to kind of pull back and say, hey, I know you want to be out there, but it's time to sit?
Yeah, I can definitely work on that, but I think it's just continuing to have the conversation. And I've tried to be a player's coach as much as possible in the sense of I thought what was best for our team at that point was let's do a couple things to feel good about ourselves because we play in the same building, less than 24 hours from now. And so, they're competitors, so they're probably not going to tell me that they want to come out, and so I am going to have to save them from themselves at times, and I appreciate that. But I thought at that moment, it was important for us to try to get something positive to kick off tonight's game well.
Do those extra 3 minutes at the end of the game make a difference in fatigue?
I'm sure it does. I've never played an NBA game, so I don't know. But I'm sure it does. I'm sure it can take a toll on you, and I think it's definitely something that, I can pay attention to and be better at and help them, whether it's save them from themselves or, keep them in that situation.
Coach, just wonder what you've seen on tape from Anthony Davis the last couple of weeks and kind of where the defensive focus would come from with how he's playing right now.
Yeah, catching the ball deeper. When he does catch it, quick attacks, getting the ball into the paint and finishing through contact, and just playing with the quicker decisions on the catch. And so we have to do a great job of making those catches difficult and not allowing him to get those easy looks. But he's playing very well right now.
And just anything on day-to-day Rob?
Day-to-day Rob.
Does anyone have any restrictions tonight, being the second night of a back-to-back?
No.
Joe, not that you had to deal with this before, but if in a perfect world, would you have rested Blake tonight on a back-to-back, or are you kind of playing him out of necessity?
No, I'm just playing him because he's been good for us. Playing him because we are down 2 centers. But no, I don't think I would arrest him. I think he does a great job taking care of his body, and He's done a great job working to, stay in shape and be in shape, doesn't miss sessions. And so, no, I think it's more about just, he's doing great for us.
So just with Jayson, with the Warriors and the Clippers throwing multiple defenders at him in the last couple of games, is how much of that is personnel and how much of that is scheme in terms of how the effectiveness that they've had against him?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that he'll see naturally with handling the ball. It's funny, I think he's doing a great job of like making the right play. I thought he's gotten some really good looks. Whether it's catch and shoot or in transition, it's just a matter of if some of those follow defenses change and the way their schemes may change, and then it changes our spacing, it changes our team's mindset, so to speak. And so we just have to, be aware of that. And he's doing a great job of staying patient, trying to make the right play. And we'll just continue to do that.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.